Hello.
Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on when you're watching. I hope you guys are all okay out there.
And welcome. My name's Matt.
And I'm Kirsty.
And we're MK Clairvoyance. And you can find us on mkclairvoyance.com, or you can find us on Facebook at MK Clairvoyance. But tonight we're on the lovely SPTV, and it's wonderful to be back. And Happy New Year and Happy 2020.
I was going to say the same. And a very happy New Year to you guys. I can't believe we're nearly halfway. Actually, we're over halfway into January and we haven't seen you guys. So Happy New Year to you all. I hope it's a little bit better than that stinker of a last year.
Sorry, it wasn't on last week, but it's lovely to be back. And for anyone who's joining us, who's always with us in 2020, welcome to us within 2021.
Yes.
And for those people who are new to the show, the way that the show works is...
I was having a nap then for a minute, sorry. It's such a soothing voice. So how it works is you have to either answer our question. It's got to be a good answer, mine, not just kind of yes/no answer, because Mr. Producer doesn't take, he's quite strict. Or you can ask your own question, and then we'll have a little chat about that, and then we have a reading afterwards. And the question for today is...
Do you think that as spiritualists we've benefited from technology? And give reasons for your answer. So obviously with the lockdown we've used a lot of different ones. Obviously we've got SBTV. But as spiritualists and as let's say spiritual people, that we've have you benefited from the use of being on the World Wide Web, from being on YouTube, from being on other platforms? So give reason for your answers. But anyway, with no further ado, let's say hello to people.
Or playing devil's advocate is what I was going to say. Is, do you think there's too much spiritual stuff on the airways? So come on, hit us.
Never.
Hit us with your views and let's have a little see what you think. It'd be lovely. Good evening to you, Terry, my darling.
Hello, Terry.
Happy New Year.
Hello, Sherry Dyer.
Hi, Sherry Dyer. Lovely to see you. Hello, Sally. Lovely to see you, my darling.
Hello, Alison.
Alison, you did really well then.
Suru.
He didn't mention your pump then. Did you notice,
Alison?
No,
that was 2020. I've moved on.
Oh, that's so 2020. Hello, Suru. Lovely to see you.
Hello, Jason Cato, and it's nice to see you.
Yeah, good evening to you. There's a lovely smile there. Sabrina.
Hello, Sabrina.
Hi, nice to see you. A lovely name. I remember that. I bet she gets called that all the time, doesn't she? I bet she does.
I won't mention it at all on this show.
No, we won't talk about wiggling noses or anything.
Hello, Lynn Taylor. Happy
Lovely
New Year
to see
well.
you. Happy New Year, Lynn Taylor. Bethany Wrestler Hill. Hello to you.
And look, you can see the man in the moon.
Ah.
Hello, Camille Jankowski. I hope I pronounced that right.
So do I, because I wouldn't have stood any chance of saying it just half as good as that. Good evening. Good evening to Daniela.
Hello, Daniela.
Lovely to see you.
Hello, Jeannie.
Jeannie, is it Rose?
I would say it's Rose.
Yeah, it's a pretty name.
Without technology, I would never have found SPT.
Oh, Alison, that was a good one. Indeed, without technology, yes.
Oh. Stacey Shaw, nice to see you.
Yes, and a lovely new photograph there. That's a new one. I haven't seen that one before.
Stacey's put, in answer to your question, yes, absolutely benefited. It's allowed spiritualists to reach and help thousands more people all across the world that otherwise wouldn't have been reached.
Sounds rather marvellous.
It's quite funny on that note. I remember many years ago setting up several Facebook groups and sort of getting the communication. And at the time, other spiritualists were saying, "Why are you doing that? No one is ever going to use technology, and it isn't the way that spiritualists work." Now look, 4 years on, how that is so different.
Like spirit are going to miss a trick, huh?
So we have Giggle Glimmer. Yes, in a way it has been beneficial in the way that it has brought awareness to spirituality. Most definitely.
Yeah, Giggle Glimmer, what a great name. Terry Wall, yes, we are able to see evidence of spirit with technology. On the other hand, we can also see many fake videos, which give spiritualism a bad name. Indeed, Terry, you're quite right there, my lovey. You're quite right.
Yeah, and I think for me, to go on from that, Terry, as well as the fakeness, it's good to sort of people who wouldn't venture into a spiritual church, to give them an understanding of what it's like to receive a message, to take that fear factor away, because, it's like a lot of things that we fear, in most cases, we haven't actually experienced. So a lot of people who fear spiritualism or what it might be actually haven't stepped into it, and it gives them almost like a halfway step, like dipping their toes in. Let's use that without frightening the people, because there's nothing to be frightened of. So yes, most definitely.
And I totally agree. Yeah, Jason Cato says yes, spiritualists definitely have benefited for the good, so they can give messages to loved ones from all over the world. I have to say, Jason, I got to agree with you there. We've been very lucky as well with some of the churches and places that we've worked over this lockdown, and still to continue to. We worked in America, for goodness sake, from our kitchen. How cool is that? No jet lag, no sitting next to anyone kicking the back of your chair, nobody snoring and taking up too much room on the airplane, no harassment stress in the airport. We just plugged ourselves in and boom, we was in America. So yeah, I have to say that is rather cool.
And that's just Kirsty. So I was waiting for Matt to mention my baseball bat, but disappointed really low. No, it looks like a beer pump. I feel the baseball bat is so 2020, Alison. I would like to say I'd like to refrain from that violent episode in my life and say yes. Well, yes, it does look like a baseball bat. There you go, Alison.
Hi, Christine Davis. Nice to see you. Thank you all so much for joining us today. It's lovely to see some lovely, lovely faces, new and old.
Hello, Diamond Deb.
Another great. There are some really good names on today.
What? Well, I best not ask, because I wouldn't like to ask what we could be known as.
I know exactly what you're going. What would you call Matt? You've got Diamond Deb.
Mercedes Matt.
Mercedes Matt.
Hello, Lauren.
There's so many words beginning with M that I wouldn't say. Mercedes was one of them. Mr. Producer says he's not even going to say.
There's interference there, Mr. Producer. I can't hear you. Sorry. Carry on.
Lauren, hello to you, my darling. Nice to see you. Oh, so many lovely
hello,
people.
Mr. and Mrs. B.
Mr. and Mrs. B. Can't say it. You normally say it. Every time I say Mr. and Mrs. B,
got a new photograph,
I normally get a little.
They've come in from the garden.
Ah, he didn't do it. Mr. Producer didn't do it.
Hello.
Joe, there it is. Yeah.
Hello, Shelley Hawkins. Okay,
Shelley
so
Hawkins.
let's see if we can get any questions up and we start things rolling. Hello, is that Anya Grace?
What a great name again. Anya. Anya, yeah, Anya.
Hi, Anya.
Nice. Hello to you. And a lovely picture there. Mysterious Matt.
That makes me feel like...
Magic Matt.
Yeah. I like the mysterious one. I feel like Peter Andre. Whoa. Anyway, moving on. Creative living. Evening, everyone.
Good evening, creative living. Nice to see you. Oh, we got some chuckle chops on tonight, haven't we, eh? Keep up with them words. That'd be really... I could think of a few. I'll tell you later,
I guess
maybe.
tech has a place. However, taking time out for yourself is equally important to connect. Yeah. And also having, with that, Diamond Deb, is that having a break from technology as well. And, so you're not being sapped of energy, but also it's not interfering with your progression within your spiritual path as well.
That includes tellies as well, because turning the telly off sometimes is really healthy for you.
As long as it's not an SPTV program.
Yeah, not our telly. Without technology, we wouldn't be able to watch you both or any of the other fantastic shows on SPTV. Oh, that's really lovely, Terry. Yes, I agree, because there are some awesome shows on SPTV at the moment. There you go. I'll let you read that bit. One.
I agree 100%, Matt. Those who may have felt scared about going into spiritualist church may now feel confident after watching SPTV. Yes, we hope so. Yeah. And it's not just obviously our show, it's other shows as well that, you know, we want to enlighten you and to allow you to learn things all along the way as well. And, you know, and to the idea of Mr. Producer was to allow the spiritual message to get out there, but also for you to freely get spiritual messages from your loved ones and connect in an accessible way.
So it appears, Mr. Producer, that we've missed an awesome sofa watch here. My apologies, I must have been having a nap on mine. Okay. Ah. Oh, cool. Oh, wow. Excellent.
So we're just listening all the things that were happening last Wednesday about the cat ball and all the different phenomena that was going on. So that's still on YouTube. So if you okay, so if you want to go on to the YouTube channel, if you want to go on and see Rich in the studio working with Bill Hughes, one of the mediums who has a show on a Thursday night, then log in for that, and thank you for that.
I might have to have a snoop of that myself now. I'm sorry I missed that. Sounds like it was great.
Well, don't do it now. We've got a show to do.
Oh, you did it with Marcus next, are you? Okay. Oh, this Friday. So did you hear that, gang? On this Friday, same thing again, but just a different medium, which is Marcus instead of Bill. So be interesting to tune into that as well. Oh, it'll be the last one as well, guys. So you have to make it a big one and all come and have a watch.
So Danielle has put, of course, I wouldn't know anything about it without technology. You said that a few times, sort of responses that we can start to get the ball rolling.
Okay. So Cherie Dyer, it has benefits in some way. I like how to teach me to use the internet and YouTube, but then there were so many fakes as now, and it's well said, as well as it's sad. I have to say, I agree. There is a lot of it's shone the light on others that aren't maybe so truthful, and there's quite a lot of. At one point, I think we counted just on our when we turned on. I mean, there was something like 10 lives going on at once, and so yeah, it can be a little bit overwhelming. Yeah.
Shelley Hopkins says, yes, I think spiritualists have because spirit has made the mediums trust more without seeing the person they are connecting with. Yep.
There is that side as well.
Yeah. So I think is there any that you think you wish to connect with?
So I'm assuming you're bossing me around and telling me you won't do that one.
Well, you know,
so bossy.
I'm sorry, people who are tuning in for some readings as well as some discussion, but you know, got to wake up at some point.
So cheeky. Do you know the new year?
Mischievous Matt, I believe, was the M you were looking for.
Muppet Matt. Sorry.
I'm moving on to that. Come on.
M&M. Do you know what? Yes, my daughter's called Maria and I call them my M&Ms. Right, okay. Can we have some cards for Shelley, please? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Some cards to help Shelley. Pardon? Matt, do you know, Matt gets picked on every time. Listen to him. Mr. Producer's sticking up for Matt. Now I think Matt walked into that one himself, if I'm honest.
No. I sympathise, and I'm glad that you have empathy there, Mr. Producer. And, you know, it's taken you over a year for that empathy, but you've got So thank you. And
lovely.
you know, it's a new year, but still the same. But continue.
Am I allowed to now?
Yeah, come on, go on with it.
Okay. Okay, so Shelley Hawkins, I'm ready for you, please, my lovey. And as I'm connecting with yourself, my darling, I've got this absolutely beautiful card. I'll push it in the right way, shall I? There we go. And it's called Just Be Yourself. You're a great person enjoying being you. I feel like I need to say to you, don't try and make yourself into anyone else. You've got your own life, your own journey to live. Just enjoy, embrace being who you are. Don't look at others and compare yourself to others, because that, I can tell you now, is on a road to misery. Just be yourself. You're not a sheep. None of us are sheep. Fly your own way. And I feel like I need to say as well, there were times when you fitted in your life and it hasn't felt right because you tried to fit in. Now is your time just to fly free. There's a beautiful little dove, a piece up on this card here, and it's telling me that when you rejoice in being you and accept you as you are, wholly. And what I mean by that is, I mean mind, body, spirit. I mean all the little lumps and bumps and wobbly bits that we all have. They're all beautiful. They're all lovely. And I feel like I need to say to you, accept the whole you. All right. I feel also I've got to give you peace at the moment, because I feel like I've got to give you a special place just to create some time for you, because my head feels very busy. I've got stuff going on, even though I feel like I've not got enough time in the day with you. I feel like as I'm sort of carrying on with the day, I just want to go, give me some peace, time out, and with that comes this card, sacred space. So this isn't just about making an altar and finding your own space and having a space to just meditate. This is bigger than that. This is about making the time to do that. And Matt and I were talking the other day about connecting, about people not having time to meditate, and saying that, so it improves your connection with the spirit world. Yes, meditation does do that, but it's not essential. It's more important for the meditation to clear your mind and to give you the peace. Spirit can get through anyway. They will get through unless it's very heavy, the energy around you. So keep going. I also want to say to you, there is a fitting moment where you get a little light bulb above your head, and that is coming. Okay, so just keep your mind, fling your arms open, allow that all that wonderful good stuff to come your way. Have your chilled out time, have your peace time, accept who you are. And there is a guided, you're being guided to take action with something, because this beautiful light and sunshiny card has come to you. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition. Again, we're at the planning stage, because restrictions at the moment, but no, you have been divinely guided and you were meant to do this, and it'll feel right because it'll just sit really nice in your tummy and you won't be able to get rid of it. Excellent, my darling. So thank you so much for your answering your question, and I hope that was all right for you, my darling.
Look at that, we've already jumped in time. It's already 2022. Just feels like no time at all.
Oh, they've earned your numbers. Lovely.
Oh,
so Shelley Hawkins, I'd say talk to the angels as well. Matt was meant to say that. That was 2022 then, and all those little twos are common numbers for angels to come forward, and know that light is divinely guided. It's almost like they're backing me up.
Oh, there you go.
Sorted.
So thank you for that, Shelley.
Thank you, Shelley.
And moving on, any more hellos? Or any more questions, please?
You're very welcome.
Hello, Michelle Rodendijk.
Hello, Michelle Rodendijk. Good evening to you.
Hello, Kelly Keating.
Hi there, Kelly. Lovely to see you. Big love to you. Oh, here's Lauren. How about Lauren?
Hello, Lauren. So technology is brilliant for people who otherwise wouldn't be able to get to their local spiritualist church. For example, shift patterns, having young children, disabilities, etc. It helps include all. So just linking in and okay, where am I going with this? Okay, Lauren, I'm very much aware of a gentleman who comes in. I feel like I'm going grandfather's side of the family. I've got a heart condition with this gentleman, and I feel like I'm getting very hot and sort of burning up a little bit with this gentleman. I also feel with this gentleman that I'm going on father's side of the family. I feel with this gentleman also, I'll probably be about 5'7", 5'8" in height. And I also need to say that there is problems around my knees and in my lower back. I also want to say with yourself, Lauren, that there's been lots of things, ups and downs with yourself, particularly around the Christmas period that's just been going on. And with that Christmas period, there's been a lot of emotional stuff. None of this is to do with COVID, but it's emotional stuff of things that have been happening around you. I need to say to you that you're strong, that you have a lot of strength within you that can combat the things that you are experiencing, the things that you are feeling. And I need to say to you that whatever is you're feeling now isn't as bad as 5 years ago. All right. And what I mean by that is that whatever you had to deal with 5 years ago, it is more difficult to deal with now. In other words, you will get through whatever's going on around yourself. I need you to continue to look forward, to continue to be strong in yourself. I have a necklace that I see with angel on it in silver. I also I'm giving you lots of different crystals that I'm seeing that is round a front window that I'm seeing, and the pieces of crystals about so big, and these are like rose quartz, amethyst, and citrine. I also need to say to you that this is enhancing your connection with the angels. And it's almost like I know that spirit around me, but my connection to the angels is getting stronger. And I'm also seeing a greater understanding of who I am and what I've got to offer. Can I just say to you, please keep going forward. Don't look back and just be yourself. If I can leave that with yourself, thank you for working with me.
And that is a great point there, Lauren, that you just come forward and said about technology helping others that couldn't actually go to the churches and things. So yeah, that's again a great point. In fact, I do believe, Mr. Producer, we did have a lady that struggled, didn't we? And she mentioned a very similar sort of situation to us and thanked you for putting on your shows because of that reason, didn't she? Of course. Guys, so the way the show works is that you have to respond to a question in order to get a reading, or you have to give us a question, and then we talk about it, and that's how you get a reading. If you ask for readings, I'm afraid this isn't the show to ask for that, and it'll just be skipped over. We're not being rude, that's just not the way the show works, all right? There are other shows that we do on Psychic TV, Spiritual Psychic TV, I beg your pardon, where others can just ask for readings, and that's what, but this one isn't one of them. We're a little community and we all have a little chat, and we like to come together as well as give readings out. So I hope you understand that, guys. Hello to Rodna. I can't say that. Put me teeth in.
Hello,
Sorry,
Rhonda.
Lovely to see you.
Hi, Lisa Paris.
Hi, Lisa.
Hello, Holly Johnston.
Holly Johnston, nice to see you. A beautiful picture. Okie dokie, okie dokie. Oh, I also need to explain to you as well, if we suddenly go quiet and start nodding our heads and go, we're not going a little bit bonkers. We're probably that already. We're talking to Mr. Producer. He's in our ear and he's saying, he's explaining something to us that he'd like us to do. So, for example, if somebody's asked a question and we want clarification, then that's what he's saying to us, okay? So just to explain that to you, all right? Shall I road that again?
Yeah, my heart is pounding. I've just had an experience that I can't even explain or get my head around. What does it mean if you are surrounded by red in a photo. Sorry, I'm mind blown and a little scared, lol. Do you answer that, or do you want me to answer that first?
If you want to, it's totally up to you.
So the redness in the photograph can be sort of from the flash, if that's what it is. It's unlikely to be spirit. Not being a photographer, I'll perhaps ask Mr. Producer for with him and his photography expertise as to red. I don't feel it's anything to be scared of. I don't feel it's anything untoward. But sometimes the light, if it's from a phone camera, especially if it's got the flash on it, can pick up like a red light behind it. And also if you flash it, it comes on the actual picture as red. And in the old pictures, and this is where I need your expertise, Mr. Producer, you used to have like the red and orange that used to come in with the actual parts of the light. Can you just want to expand on that?
That's exactly what you beat me to it. That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say, Michelle, we probably need to see the photograph to have a proper snoop and make a judgment on that. You know, and again, it's only just our opinions. Okay, so if I know that Mr. Producer's in the process of asking you to send it to him, lovely. And then when he's had a little snoop, he can then tell us what his opinion is.
From a photographic expert.
Yes, because he is quite a proverbial expert on the sneak with that. And I'm not jesting, I actually mean that.
But I'm not feeling that it's anything to be scared of, so don't panic.
I haven't taken the picture. Okay.
Okay. Right. Well, if you send it to Mr. Producer, and then basically we'll follow it up from there, Michelle. Even if we have to follow it up as a separate message.
We don't quite understand what you mean, my darling. So if you could sort of explain that a little bit further, that would be really, really helpful. Yeah. So,
okay. So
hockey docky, Mr. B. Okie doke. Oh.
It's been.
Yeah. Okay.
What I want to say to Ayana, just to explain, okay, is it's not that we're rushing past your question. It is that we're not fortune telling, tell you what you're meant to do. You've got freedom of choice about what you need to do. If you feel calling towards veterinary work, then you do that. But you know, it's not really the sort of area to do that. You perhaps need a private reading from somebody in order to look at that.
Maybe a tarot reading with somebody or something.
Okay.
Yes. Okie dokie. We'd have the next one up, Mr. Producer. That'd be awesome. Jeannie Rose, technology may be the link to prove life after death. So, do you think that people like Sonia Rinaldi could do so to satisfy material cynics, or are they a narrow-minded lost cause?
Right. So, I think that technology can be a link to prove life after death, and there's been a lot of programs recently on channels such as Netflix and that are sort of proving life after death, and that you can watch those. And you know, there is a lot of people who are looking at sort of out of body experience and near death experiences. It's important that, from my belief, is that there is science to back up.
Yeah.
And science has always been a part of spiritualism. And as you know, in order to prove most definitely, and also to remove the cynics, then yes, there needs to be a scientific element of it. Sorry. And the other thing is, you know, from a science point of view, they don't believe that, in the sense of they believe that in order for something to live on, it's got to have a personality. How can something have a personality if it's not there? So there is various different organisations in America and in the UK, like the Sickle research organisations, that are looking at the scientific side and sort of trying to debunk some of the mediums, which is what they've done over the years, or to prove, yes, there is something. And there's many universities now that are doing that research.
Yeah, there is. There's lots of universities doing the research to try and prove scientific. But I think, to be fair, science has got a little way to catch up. I think it's doing its best, and I think once it starts to connect and catch up a little bit, then there'll be a few less cynics in the world. But I do think it's very healthy to be sceptical. I am actually a sceptical person. I do not believe everything everybody tells me. Because it's really important that you find your own truth, you find your own understanding, and I feel that Spirit will prove it to lots and lots of people along the way, and doing many different things. Maybe their narrow minded will be blown open one day because somebody will come at them and give them evidence that they can't ignore. So there could be many different reasons. I do feel that some people are never going to be satisfied with what we know. All I need to say to that, my darling, is they'll catch up if they're meant to.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the likes of Houdini, he was very much a believer in spiritualism. It was only the last sort of 6 or 7 years of his life that basically he started to disprove spiritualism and dress himself up to sort of that. So all of these things have gone on for so long to sort of say debunk it and believe it, debunk it and believe it. So all we can do is try our best, Jeannie, and try and prove what is and what isn't. I hope that answers your question.
I just think as well, at the end of the day, you've got to know your own truth. As long as you stand in your own truth, others will follow. If you start trying to chase them and prove things to people that don't want to listen, you're never ever going to prove it to them, because they'll always have the blinkers or the fingers in their ears. Their time will come where they are ready to accept the evidence that's coming forward. And I do think science are trying desperately to catch up. So hopefully sooner the better. But in the meantime, there's some fantastic ways that Spirit have shown themselves. There was, what are those boxes? My memory, it's dreadful, where they put camera film inside the box.
Yeah, so
Spirit put pictures and photographs and writing on the actual inside of the negatives, and then when they broke the box open again, they developed them, didn't they?
So if you go onto YouTube after the show, obviously, you can look into the Skull Project, which
fabulous.
was done in Norfolk, and there's lots of research that was done over a long time that had a lot of scientific backup.
It's amazing. Absolutely blows you away. Right. Anyway, Jenny, Rose. Yeah. Okay. So at the moment, I want to say to you, my darling, first of all, I need to say to you, you need to drink more. You've got to drink. And sadly, it's not tonic water with a bit of gin in it. It's normal water, I'm afraid. I feel like, you've got to eat. It's saying on the card, you've got to eat fresh fruits and vegetables that contain more water. This is about relieving the stress in your body. This is about removing headaches. This is about allowing your body to rest. This is about just generally feeling better, brighter, more alert. And they're giving me that to help you. I also know that there's a bit of stress and stuff around you at the moment, and I feel that you've got to speak up, my darling. There are people that want to listen to you. They want to hear your point of view. They want to hear your feelings and your thoughts. And so I feel like you need to say, find a friend, have a cup of tea with them, and just open your heart up to them and trust them. I also want to say there's gifts. Look at this beautiful card. Gifts from God coming to you. Very, very spiritual card. This is lots of pink, which is lots of love, lots of purple, which is again the spirituality. There's lots of gold, which is the purity from God and the divine. So And literally the cup is overflowing with this beautiful light. So again, I want to say, open your arms to this wonderful stuff that's coming towards you, but just allow yourself to talk to people. And I want to say, stop worrying, darling. Stop worrying. You are safe and you are protected. I'm like a camel, never thirsty. I don't know what to say to that. Yeah, it's not many people that shut me up, but you've done that beautifully there, my darling. And Spirit is saying to you, you know, it'll help you feel better for whatever that means. And I want to say, stop worrying. Everything is coming towards you that you need, you want. Just relax and allow it to come. Open your arms up and say, thank you very much. All right, my darling, I hope that was okay for you.
You're like a camel sometimes. You always have to hunt with me.
I thought it was going to be really rude then. I am so pleased he wasn't rude.
Clawed back. Anyway, moving on. Thank you for that, Jeannie. Hello there, Ruth.
Hello, Ruth Townsend. Nice to see you.
Hello, Pamela.
Hello, Pamela. How are you, my lovey? Ah, that's nice. You're describing my front window exactly. I even keep my angel wing necklace by my crystals.
Oh, thank you.
How wonderful. Thank you for the feedback, Lauren. That was fabulous.
Thank you.
Basically, I've gone to take a selfie and saw a red covering over me on one side and a dark grey bluey colour figure on the other side. It didn't show up on the selfies, so I got my son to get a phone and got pics. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, spirit do overshadow you. I agree with Matt. I don't feel if there is this spirit coming forward on that picture, and I say if it is because obviously I haven't seen it, so I can't really make a full judgment. I don't feel there's any negativity from that at all. And people get frightened if they talk about shadows and dark and stuff. If it's dark, it doesn't necessarily mean it's nasty. It just means it's up against something light, and it's easier for spirit to show themselves to you. It could be something as simple as that. So what did you think, Mr. Producer? Okay. Did you want to say that?
Mr. Producer says until he can see the picture, he can't really comment at the moment. And obviously, he's the photography expert. What I want to say is, you know, I'd want to say bluey colour, and that there's obviously healing that's going around yourself. And other than that,
And
until I've
strength.
seen the picture, I'd be sort of surmising what it could be or not. And I don't want to seem I'm giving you a cop out there, Michelle.
No.
But I'd rather give you something that was concrete rather than not. But
Yeah.
you know, the thing for me was to confirm from you, from my guides, that it's nothing nasty.
No.
The last thing I want is you going away and being scared.
Okay, Mr.
Which is similar
Okay.
type of thing,
Yeah, Mr. Producer's just said that he's seen the picture and he feels that it's what he called a lens flare. I'm assuming that's where the lights hit the lens at a funny angle. Yeah. So sadly, it's not what you kind of might have hoped, but okay. And sadly, Michelle, you've not captured spirit this time, but keep trying because you never know. Okay, we're just going to have a little snoop now at the picture. Mr. Please showing us. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, I don't feel that's. Yeah, I'm. You know, we can look at. Yeah. So my feeling, okay, and the Miss Producer sort of said the same thing, that it's light orientated. It's I mentioned before about the redness from the picture. And this is, I can't remember who was talking earlier. I think it was Jeannie was saying, you know, we've got to not say that everything is spirit. And, you know, we've got to go, you know, when me and Kirsty go and into people's homes for clearances, you know, it'd be so easy to sort of say to people, oh, there's this happening, there's that happening, and everything else. But, you know, if we want to maintain our integrity, and if we want to ensure that we're working for spirit, we've got to also say, under this circumstances, it's not. So thank you for sharing that with us.
So what did you say, Mr. Producer? You said it, because it was coming in from the top. And yeah. Okay. Ah, yeah. Ah, his okay. Mr. Producer's basically said, from what I can, in some places it's too sharp. In some places there's too much light in the wrong kind of places for it to be anything other than a problem with the lens and the light hitting the lens. Sorry about that. Okay, that's what Mr. Producer says, and I trust him. So
Okay, thank you for that input, and hopefully that helps with yourself, Michelle. We're going to move on from that. But yeah, I mean, going back to what I was saying, is just basically, you know, go and look at all of the evidence first and dispute everything, and then ask for advice.
Disprove first.
Yeah. Okay, so any more questions or any more hellos, please, Mr. Producer?
Okay. Okay. She said there was no flash because I didn't take the picture. When I did the original phone, it didn't show up as I showed in the last picture. All I know is what I can feel, my darling, and it doesn't feel negative or anything from that. And that's from both myself and Matt. And also Mr. P said he does feel that it's the way the light was hitting the lens, and that doesn't necessarily mean the flash, just the light in general when the picture was taken. Yeah, he said it's got nothing to do with the flash whatsoever. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Michelle. Okay, more hellos then, Mr. Producer?
Hello, Tina Place.
Okay, hi Kirsty, Matt, I've just shot home from my shift to watch you both, so good evening. Hello, Tina Place, it's nice to see you.
Lovely to see you too.
Google Glimmer, do you find that due to technology it benefits the ability to connect and help a larger audience, or farther than just local?
Absolutely.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah.
Do you want me to answer that one as a reading? Do you want to give your bit?
Would you want to tune in then for a minute, and I'll answer that? Okay. Do you find that due to technology it benefits the ability to connect and help a larger audience, or further just? I think it's very regional, if I'm honest. Some of the older people may not use the technology, so you know, they need the physical, but there are people from different countries that can jump on. I mean, I've been to many Zoom meetings with different mediums where they've had literally people from all over the world. So absolutely, it's an amazing technology used right, and Spirit are definitely going to jump on it, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm very much aware that grandmother would have had dark brown hair, and I feel I'm quite thin to the body. I feel that I'm probably about 5'4", 5'5" in height. I would have had glasses. I would have worn a hat. I would have had the long coat. I have a lovely high cheekbones, a nice smile about myself, and just a calm demeanour. I feel with this lady that I am struggling with my breathing. So I do feel this lady went over with severe chest problems, and I also feel with this lady that she would have she would have held back in the sense of not wanting to offend people. She would have said things almost like fluff them up to make people feel better. She wouldn't have wanted people to be disgruntled. It might have been mistaken or taken the wrong way. And she comes in for you because it's almost like there are people around you at the moment that are not being as polite with those words. And, you're trying to open your heart out and give all of the sunshine and all the happiness. And she's on about to a degree, sort of like rose tinted glasses, but that's not being reciprocated. So what she wants you to do is to protect your lovely heart and your giving nature. And I don't mean there's anything negative going on. She wants you to protect it so it's not hurt. And she wants you to appreciate how special and how important that heart is. She also wants you to understand is how strong you are on an emotional level. And she wants to give you the ages of 16 and 23 and 29 as being times that you've had to deal with difficult things, but you've got through them. She also wants you to shine your light and then reflect it back, to bring that happiness at the moment on yourself, and for you to understand, you know what, it's okay to have difficult days, but I also need to look after myself. She gives you a sunflower, and she gives you a ray of sunshine, and she's making me feel that with yourself that there is like a sunflower, like a fake one that's in like a single vase. I don't know if it's in props that you just prop it in there, but if it's not a sunflower, it looks like a sunflower. It's a large flower. I also need to say to you that you're aware of when you are going to bed that you feel that there is footsteps happening or that there's someone behind you, and I feel there's a grandfather that walks behind you, just making sure that you're safe and everyone's safe in the house. And I also need to say to you that there is times that you keep getting a sore throat, and this it's almost like you keep gulping and sort of getting this throat, but I'm not getting the dryness or I'm not coughing or anything else. And I just feel this is psychosomatic, that there's words that need to be spoken, and it's time now to speak up. So not from my beliefs, but to say, you know what, enough's enough. I deserve respect and I deserve to be heard. And it's important that I'm heard. This lady, although she wasn't one to be quite blunt in her words, would have been quite a soft energy, would have also seen the importance of respecting your elders and also the importance of respecting a lady. And she wants you to know you're very much a lady, you're very much to be respected, and she blows you a kiss. And if I can leave that with you, thank you for working.
Oh, thank you. So, shimmer, giggle, glimmer, shimmer. Shimmer that light. Thank you very much for your question. I can hear Mr. Producer tapping away in my ear there. So he's having a little chat. That's all. Okay.
Okay.
That is such a great name, isn't it? Giggle Glimmer. Such a fab name. Kelly McKeating, I don't watch TV, but I do believe technology, internet are a good thing, connecting globally, especially for spiritualists to connect today. Yes, Kelly, I want to say I agree with that. You don't watch TV, I think that's not a bad idea either sometimes, because there's so much heavy stuff on the telly. It's nice. Oh, bless you, giggle. Oh, you're in tears. Thank you. Oh.
Well, I hope the tears of laughter, and I want you to keep giggling.
She says, that sounds like my grandmother. She loves sunflowers, and yes, I am very giving, and those words are very needed at the moment. So thank you, and wow, yes, the footsteps and the throat chakra. Thank you. Oh,
You're
that's
welcome.
nice.
Take care of them.
Oh, shimmer your glimmer, giggle. Yes, going back to Kelly. Yeah, I love the idea of not having TV on. I think it's kind of just sucks you in sometimes, doesn't it, telly? And you don't realise kind of what it's doing to you. And it kills the art of conversation, doesn't it? So.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is you're connecting in, is that, technology it's like anything. If it's used in the right way, it can be used for the right things. And I know you say you don't watch TV, and we don't watch a lot of like the news and the negative stuff. But you know, anything that has a positive element to it. And if it always works in the light and is always has that true intention, and that's what it's put out there, a bit like Mr. P, then you know it's always going to work. So bear that in mind as well, Kelly.
Okay, Kelly, I feel that you're very, very busy at the moment. It's busy, busy, busy everywhere, and I feel like my body and my head, they're kind of one's going one way, the other's going the other way, because I'm rushing around and I'm doing so much. One of the cards I've pulled for you today is simplicity. This talks about taking a deep breath, getting fresh air, looking after you, going out and just going and enjoying the simple things in life. But it also means about organising what's important and what's not. Can it wait till tomorrow? If not, if it can it wait till next week? And kind of organise yourself on that kind of basis. If it needs doing today, do it today, but can it wait till tomorrow? That kind of thing. And this is also about, I know that you're a very emotional lady, very in touch with all your emotions, and you need to have that time out. I feel like you need to have the sunshine in your face and just to warm your face up, and grounding yourself in the ground with the grass and the trees and connecting with nature and water. I feel like you've got to go, and I feel like there's also a strong connection with animals and the birds and the wildlife with you as well. And I feel, although that we are restricted to how, I don't know where you are, but I know where we are, we're very restricted to what we can do and how but if you plan it right, you can get some kind of come back for yourself and some kind of help for yourself by getting out in the nature and that one. I feel like I need to say to you also, it's you're good at talking to children. I feel sometimes you feel like it goes over your head a little bit, in the sense that I feel like you doubt yourself, but you have an awesome connection with kids. Kids love you, and if your own kids don't love you sometimes, that's okay. That's what being a good parent does, because at the end of the day, it means you're disciplining them enough, giving them boundaries. It's not, being a parent isn't about being liked all the time. Sometimes you have to make hard decisions. But I want to say to you, you are a good parent, and I feel that you have got a wonderful, wonderful connection with children. And you've got to. There's somebody around you, a little person around you, that needs your help and that care. Now I feel like they need a big hug, and they need to just have some fun and some tenderness from you and some words. But I also feel that you've got to watch your boundaries for yourself as well, because this fella comes in, Archangel Raziel. Yes, I've got a plan for getting out more after lockdown. Fabulous, Kelly. This is about Archangel Raziel. Use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings into your life. Now, I want you to stop worrying and thinking about what ifs, what I can't do, what I can't. Think about what you can do, what you can do now. Imagine it's already here, and bring it in and be thankful for it, because you are a very powerful person. You've got a beautiful heart. Look at this angel, the way stretching out, and there's a beautiful rainbow over the top. And every time I see rainbows, I know that I'm a parent second time now with my grandson. Fabulous. So you are doubly, as far as I'm concerned, you are doubly prepared then, and doubly qualified. I want to say to you, things are going to get easier, because there's this lovely rainbow, and to me, rainbows come out after the storm or the rain, and then the sun shines out and pushes through that, and that's when you get the rainbow. So therefore, your storm is going and the rain is coming. So things are going to start getting a little bit easier for you soon. But please be aware of your own emotions. Again, there's quite a storm around your feet, and that tells me that it's been a bit choppy, the waters, but all that dark is behind you now, so you can move forward. But just take care of your own emotions, your own feelings, your own personal space, and your own time for you too. Make sure that you have that time. All right, darling, because it's really important to look after little people. But if you don't look after the big person, i.e. you, then the little person it'd be harder for you to look after the little person. So make time for Kelly. All right, my darling. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Kelly. Okay, any more hellos or any more questions, please, Mr. P?
Hello, Rachel. Oh, the Rachel, the wonderful palmistry lady. She's on tomorrow night, guys and girls, and I have to say she's definitely worth a visit. Rachel, I need to say to you, you've inspired me. I bought a book on palmistry so I can have a little swoop and find out how to do it myself. Not that I could ever, back up against your wonderful years of experience, but, we've all got to start somewhere, haven't we? This lady is definitely worth a look. She's on at what time, Mr. P? Oh, 10:30.
UK time.
Yeah, 10:30 UK time. The lovely Rachel. So tune in and see something different.
Yes.
Okay.
Cornisha Blizzard. Hello to you.
Hello to you, Cornisha. What a nice name. Giggle Glimmer. That should be your name, Kirsty.
What are you trying to say, Pamela? Why not mine?
Thank you, Pamela. Giggle Glimmer. Oh, little people are important, says Kelly, but I do like a good soak in the bath myself. Thank you, Kirsty. Oh, you're very welcome, darling. Yes, and I totally agree. There's nothing like locking the door, is there? But then, sometimes they learn to open the door, don't they, little monkeys?
Yes, it's taken me years, but that screwdriver works wonders.
You can't even go to the loo sometimes, can you? Because even the dog comes in. Oh, bless you. Okay. Hi to
Hello
Shannon.
there, Shannon.
Nice to see you. Thank you for joining us.
So, guys, just so you know, the way that the show works is that we've posted a question tonight, which is, do you feel that technology has benefited sort of spiritualism? If so, how? So you answer that and get a reading, or you post a question of your own, and then we do that. And whoever we do the reading for, we will then give a reading to those people. And that's how the show works. For those people just joining us, my name is Matt. This is...
Oh, yeah, I'm Kirsty.
And she's the one who's half asleep and I'm not. And we're MK Clairvoyance, and we're here on SPTV on our Monday night, all the way from sunny Kent in the UK.
Yeah, it's lovely for you guys to be with you guys, and thank you so much for joining us, because as usual, it's no show without you guys. And I know there's two of us here and one of us in the air that appreciate your company. Okay, so Pamela Roger, the lovely Pamela. Yes, it certainly has affected spiritualism. It helps us all to be able to connect with mediums, as there is a lot of people like me that can't really go out, and that's before the pandemic. So thank you. Oh, bless you. Yes, thank you, Mr. P. Big up, Mr. P.
And it's interesting, as I've spoken to a lot of churches and centres and professionals and stuff, and a lot of them are saying that even after the churches reopen again, because they see the benefits of people with disabilities and different needs that can't get out, that they're going to continue, with the permission of the congregation and the mediums, that they will continue to give live performances within their in their churches.
I have to say, nice. I love that idea. I really love that idea. Having two different mediums, and I don't mean two different mediums as in two different mediums. I mean two different forms of working, i.e. one over the internet and one actually in person. I love that. I think it's fabulous. There's a place for both.
Most definitely.
So, you just read out Pamela's.
We did. So.
Off you trot then.
Well, there's other people.
Ah, come on. She wants it. Pamela, I'll stick up for you, darling. Go on, link in for her. Give her a little reading.
Go on then, Pamela, just because it's you. Okay, I have a mother around yourself, Pamela. I want to say similarities around the eyes. And I want to say that I was a very strong lady. I would have stood up for what I believe to be right. I would have given the men a run for their money. I certainly wore the trousers in the house. And I want to say that I don't feel very tall. I would say probably about 5'4", 5'5" in height. I do feel that I've got pains in the middle of my chest area, which generally tends to mean that there is some sort of, what do you call it, compressions on the heart generally with myself when I get those type of feelings. I also feel that she's around you at the moment. I also feel that she's telling me the significance of January the 26th, so that'll be on the day or 2 days either side. I'm also getting a lot of stomach problems. Now, when I get stomach problems and I feel there's a gentleman coming in, and I feel that I'm going on the opposite side of the family, and I've got cancerous conditions here, but I get stomach problems when I get cancer, and that is generalized cancer. I feel very, very tired with this gentleman. I feel that I was ready to go, and I was fighting on. I feel that I'm going a father, grandfather with this gentleman, but they're all coming in now. I certainly feel that there is more over the other side than what's here, and I also feel that there's that need at the moment for your loved ones to be around you. And I just need to say to you, it's particularly from Mum, that she's holding your hand and she's taking you forward, and she's not wanting you to be in the shadows. She wants you to be in the limelight. She wants you to shine the best way that you can. She's also telling me it feels like your ear keeps getting pulled, and it feels that there's times that I know that she's around, but it'd be nice to hear from her, and she just wants to come round. She's also on about finding a feather within, I don't know if it's a house or a flat where you are, but she's on about the feather that will be from her. And I also need to say to you, there is a need to drink more water, and I need to also say that I want vitamin C to keep my energy up. She's giving you Lemsip. She's also giving you a black coloured Bible, and it's about so big, and it's got gold lettering on the side, but it's pure black, the Bible. And the final thing I need to say to you from her is I need to give you white and pink carnations, and just to say to you, she's always with you. She's always in your thoughts, just as you are in hers. And if I can leave her love with you, thank you for working, and God bless.
Oh, that's lovely. And Pamela, she must come in and tickle your nose, because I had the tickliest of nose just then, just before Matt started that reading. So you can have that back. Oh, and there she goes again, tickling my nose. So you can have that back. Okay, thank you for your joining in and your comments, Pamela. Lovely reading, dear. Okay, Mr. P. She's trying to think of the man. Stacey says I need to drink more water, and VC.
I feel like I'm going a grandfather or father. I'm going on father's side of family. It's a father figure, all right, with that cancerous thing. If you can't take it at the moment, then you need to think, but it's a father figure, and it is cancer. All right, and when I get that feeling, it's generalized cancer. It's not necessarily of the stomach area.
Oh.
Okay.
Good evening to you, Sean Wright. Thank you so much for joining us. Sorry? Okie dokie. Jason Cato, are you still on, my lovey?
You just reply with a yes. And obviously, if you don't reply, you don't need to say no, because you're not here.
You don't have to say yes. You can go woo. It's
It's the cat's hair tickling your nose. Okay, thank you, Pamela.
Yes, well, you can have your cat's hair back. Thank you, Pamela. I have enough of a tickly nose. Thank you. Bless you. Okay. Terry, lovely Terry. Yes, we were able to see the evidence of spirit technology. On the other hand, we also see many fake videos which give spiritualism a bad name. Terry, I absolutely agree with that. And because I agree with that, I'm going to do your card, my darling. Oh, while you have a look at that, if you like, darling.
And Pamela's put my dad's dad passed from emphysema, not cancer. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Okay, just pulling some cards out now for the lovely Terry. Oh, Terry, these are fabulous cards. Okay, the universe is pouring abundance on you. Be open to receiving. Terry, I know you do so much for lots of different people, particularly everyone on the spiritual SPTV. I know you work amazingly hard for the stuff that you do on the pages and things, and checking in on people and keeping up with the comments and all that. And I have to say, first of all, thank you, because every time you come on here, I will never stop saying thank you, because you don't need to do it, and we thank you very much and we appreciate it. Next, I need to say to you, it's almost like your rewards are coming, because the universe is pouring back this prosperity and abundance to you. I want to say, let go of any money worries, let go of any opportunity worries, let go of any development worries, let go of any worries at all regarding your sort of abundance and prosperity. In fact, like I think I've said earlier on today, fling your arms wide open and allow that to come sooner and quicker, because you know this is literally a golden card. So much twinkle and gold is coming towards you now. I feel like you need to lose any of the past that says that, you know, oh, I don't need this or that. Just open your arms up. The universe want to thank you. They want to allow you to do this. Another one that you've got as well is believe in yourself. Darling, you are an amazing person, and you need to see yourself doing so well. Imagine it in your head. Whatever it is that you feel that you need that little bit of help with, see yourself doing it. You know, quite often when I've worked in the past on a platform, for example, just before I've gone up there, sometimes I'm a bag of nerves, so I will imagine myself doing really well, and everybody can take all the messages, and that's usually what happens. So try and use that attitude and bring that forward. I certainly want to say you're a fantastic mum, so I don't know whether there's been some sort of turbulence around you being a mum, which I have to say is perfectly natural, because the kids don't understand what on earth is going on. I know my little grandson's too, bless him, and he hasn't got a clue about what on earth's going on. And I feel for his mum and dad and him, because it's difficult for the kids. They don't get it. So I want to say to you, if they don't get it, even when you try to explain them, how are you going? You know, it's difficult for you to cope with that. So you're doing an awesome job. I want to say again, here comes that rainbow. Open your arms, because there's more and more. I feel like I need to say to you, daydream as well. I feel like you're very grounded. I can resonate with what you're saying, Kirsty. I've changed my way of thinking, not worrying as much, being positive. Excellent. That's fantastic. If you can understand that's what they're giving you, then they are giving you the big thumbs up for that, and they're saying, well done, keep going. Because you know, I definitely see this is a real positive reading for you. You've earned this time. Look again, another card. Spread your wings, fly. This is your time to accept you as a person and all the wonderfulness that's all about Terry. Just allow yourself to flow and fly, and just, oh goodness me, it's amazing. So just keep bringing that energy, that wonderful, loving, fantastic energy. And again, like I said, darling, it's almost like a golden time for you. You can't do anything wrong. Think about what you want, and it's almost going to come to you. So just allow that to come forward, darling. You've got this. In fact, you're nailing it. We're not worthy, Terry.
Thank you for that, Terry.
Yes, thank you, my darling. Really appreciate that. Do you want mine, Terry? Stacey, do you know what, my darling? You are just amazing. You have got such a wonderful personality and a fantastic sense of humour. You really have. And you're very quick. very quick. So, yes. I think if you start offering Terry yours, then I think there's going to be a bit of a queue, don't you?
Yeah. So hello, Hezval. Nice to see you.
Oh, nice to see you. Lovely, the camel.
Cameron De Silva. Hello to you.
Oh, good luck with the funeral for your grandfather tomorrow, darling. we'll send lots of love and healing. If everybody can sort of send up a thought of love and healing to Cameron De Silva, because she's got a bit of a tricky day tomorrow. Beg your pardon, got a very tricky day tomorrow. Just send up the love and the light to help them get through, please. That would be fantastic.
Seven Ocean Sky says, what can people do to get a stronger spiritual connection?
Oh, that's a good question there.
Well, the first one is to believe. It doesn't matter what your spiritual belief system is. It's first that it needs to have a belief, it needs to have an invocation, it needs to have a thought, it needs to have power, and it needs to have energy behind that belief. And by building that thought and that energy, you're then putting out to the universe or to whatever your belief system is to bring things to make it happen. Thank you.
Okay.
So I also need to say to you, in addition to belief, there is making the time to allow you to make that connection, and as well as making the connection to also to find you as well, because in order for the connection to happen, it involves you and another or more than another.
And while that's tuning in for you, because you deserve a reading after such an awesome question, I'm sure. For me, I just want to add another couple of words that agree with everything Matt said, but I want to say trust. Trust themselves, trust spirit, that it's a relationship that you're building, and trust that. And also, one really, really easy one is practice. You get better at things by doing it over and over again, practicing your connections. Some people sit in the power, some people it doesn't work with that. It's how it works with you. Learn what you like, learn what works, and keep practicing.
Have a gentleman who comes in, like yourself, quite tall. I feel like I'm going in uncle, but hasn't got the same colour hair as you. He's got like thinning, swept back hair, sort of starts part of the way through, and it's very sort of, I don't know if it's got gel or something, but it almost looks like it's wet and going back. I would say this gentleman was probably 6 foot in height. I do feel I'm going uncle. I feel very, very tired with this gentleman. I'm also, all of my body is aching. I'm struggling with my breathing with this gentleman. And I feel like I'm going on mum's side of the family. I also feel with this gentleman that I've also got aches in my hands and my joints, but as he draws closer, I feel this happens with yourself sometimes, with your hands and your joints start to hurt. Sorry. You would also understand that with yourself is that there's been this want to go forward. Now, I want to go away from what the question was about. I'm wanting to push forward for at least the last 18 months on a life avenue as opposed to a spiritual life avenue. And it's almost, there's this want and drive, but it almost feels like nothing's happening. I also want to say to you that this gentleman is now saying to you, now is the time to start going forward. I also have a grandmother on the opposite side of the family who comes in. I want to say she would have been around about 5 foot, fairly petite to the body. I feel with her that I would have gone into a good age. I would have certainly gone into my early 90s. And I also feel with this lady that, I want to lower my voice, and she gives me heart conditions for her passing. I feel very homely with her. I've done the traditional sort of entertaining and getting biscuits, drinks, and everything else for everyone, and looking after the family. She makes me aware that with yourself, that you're very much a person similar to the person we had earlier on in the evening, where they're forever opening the heart. And, at times it feels that that heart is trodden on at times, and that's not because people are purposely trying to do that. It's just that because you're so giving that how can I put this? There's almost you open your heart too much, and it's almost that you things. Let's just say you give the love, but it's not always given back. And I just need to say to you, you're such a pure, loving spirit, an earth angel, and you have so much to give and so much to offer this world. And I want to say it's about time you now started seeing your worth and what you have got to offer and what you can give. And I just want to say to yourself, what was it? Was it Seven Ocean Skies? It is that the only way now is forward. Now, stop looking back. Stop looking back at the last 2 years and continue to go forward. Go forward with conviction. I mentioned when you said, what do you need for your spiritual thing to end? Well, it applies the same in life. You've got to have that belief and that conviction that you want to make the positive change. And I want to say to you, those changes have been happening now since just before Christmas. And although, patience isn't your greatest virtue, it's happening stronger and stronger every day. You're still needing to rest. You're not sleeping properly. You're still getting up. I want to say you're going to bed around about 1:15, but you're waking up at least every hour, only around sort of like 3:15, 3:15, 4:30, 4:45, 5:30. So, my head is just so much buzzing that's going on. And I just need to say to you, just believe that there's change coming and that your family are so much behind you and have got so much belief in you that now is the time to have that same belief in yourself. And hopefully that makes sense to yourself. God bless.
That's lovely. Yeah, thank you so much, Seven Ocean Skies. I don't know what your real name is. I'm pretty sure you were Kristen Seven Ocean Skies, but thank you very much for that. That was an awesome
It's
question.
It's like the Angel of the North.
Angel of the North.
Isn't he?
Okay.
Okay, so Kanisha Blizzard says one of the tools the calendar app for Macs and Google. Now I know some might still prefer traditional planners, but an electronic calendar can have its advantages such as automatic reminders and being able to share it with ease. Most definitely, we use calendars all the time for, if you're a working medium, you get for your bookings and you're generally working 18 months to 2 years in advance. We need that. So yeah, it's a helpful tool. Well, it's so for your bookings, it's important. But I would also say it's similar to what I just said in the last one. It's putting your intention out there and putting your work out there of what you are prepared to do for spirit and to work for spirit. I don't know if you're a working medium or not, Kanisha, but was there anything else on that I've missed?
Okay.
So I'm going to give a card to do with this, and the card is from. See that? It's from the Enchanted Map, anyway, by Colette Baron Reed, which is Hay House now, and it's known as Moonlight. And I need to say to you, there is a lot of advantages of the moon, and we see a lot of work with the moon. And where this is going, I need to say to you, it's about not just getting in touch with your calendar, it's about getting in touch with your emotions and feeling. One of the key things for any sort of spiritual worker, any person who's working in the light workers, call it whatever you want, is to always get in touch with your emotions, because it's important to feel. Sometimes as empaths, those feelings become too much. And I feel that you're very connected to the moon, but I also feel that you've shut down those emotions a little bit because they've become too much. I also need to say to you that, you know, as times go ahead, what will bring out your spiritual work further will be connecting to those emotions. I also want to say to yourself that, you know, trust in what you are receiving, not only from spirit and from divination light cards, because I did feel I wanted to go to that card, but also trust that, you know, the things happen for a reason, but they happen at the time they are meant to happen. And I just need to say to you, don't push things. Don't say, right, they need to happen by March or April because that's when I want them to happen. If they're not meant to happen, then they're not going to be, and there will be a good reason why they're not meant to be. Now, I have a gentleman who comes in, and I feel a grandfather figure, and I feel him about 5'7", 5'8". I am clean shaven with this gentleman. I'm well groomed, and I look after myself. I feel I'm on father's side of the family. There is a little bit of facial hair, but not much. I also feel with this gentleman that he's been around you quite a lot, and he's sort of saying, wait on a minute, just put the brakes on things and don't look so far ahead. Now, I want to give you a little bit more evidence. Then I want to go to this little anecdote that he wants me to talk about. With this gentleman, I have struggling with sort of swallowing, but I also feel very, very tired. I was ready to go. I feel that I was certainly in my mid to sort of late, between 65 and 68 in age. I wasn't overly old, but I was very young in my spiritual sort of physique, a love of life. But where I want to go with this anecdote is that what's always happened with me and Kirsty, we've always, you know, printed out in advance the old traditional sort of calendars of what you're about. You're doing your max. We print them out so we can write in our bookings so we don't forget, and we book them well in advance. But with this pandemic, what we're now finding is those bookings are not happening as much, and where we would normally be now looking at well into 2022 and beyond, we're now still concentrating on January, February. So where I want to go with this anecdote is just to concentrate on the here and now and allow your thoughts, your drive, just to be like a small seedling growing and growing, and allow it time to grow, and it will expand in the way it's meant to. But don't rush the process. Hopefully that makes sense to yourself, and hopefully that is what you needed, and thank you for working with me. But yes, it was Moonlight and the Enchanted Map. So Konisha, if you go on Google or something like that and just put Enchanted Map Moonlight, you can see the card for yourself, because I'll put it back in. But I felt I needed you to show you a card, which obviously is what you needed, as well as a clairvoyant reading.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a question. How can you identify a guide that has just shown up? Meaning a guide I've not worked with before, but it has decided now it's time to work with me. Rachel, I'll answer a little bit of that, and then I'll throw that over to Matt to see his opinion. For me, first of all, do you need to identify him or her? Actually, I wanted to say him. Because the energy, you will recognize the energy, and that's what they work with, as you well know. You know, is it important enough for you to identify them immediately? For me, it's just a process of getting to know them. I have a wonderful guide, and I don't call him by his real name because I called him originally by his nickname until I found out what his real name was, and his nickname that's what he responds with because names are irrelevant to them. And quite often, as you well know, I don't even know why I'm explaining this to you, Rachel, because you know this. And you know, it's about the feeling, it's about connecting with them. And you know, if a guide that hasn't worked with you before just now has decided it's time for you to work with you, it's a wonderful gift to have them come in at different times for different things. I suspect your mediumship has gone up a level, which is why, and I feel it's definitely changed, which is why I feel like I want to say this new person's come with you. What do you reckon, Bobby?
Okay, so similar to what Kirsty said, and this goes not just for you, Rachel, for anybody. You know, we give guides names for our benefit. And, you know, I've said this many times, but my guide said to me many years ago, you know, we are just energy, and that's all we are. You know, we sort of see them as different things. Now, he's shown himself as a Native American Indian with a huge headdress on it, like a chieftain. I'm being told Cheyenne is the tribe, so that's for you. But all that is just for your benefit. It doesn't prove anything from a spiritualist, because it doesn't prove life after death. So from a spiritualist point of view, we don't tend to sort of say, this is who you got. I know some churches do and say, I can see like this next to you, but that's what I'm seeing through my third eye. I'm also very much aware of a gentleman who you resemble. And he comes in, and I feel that I'm about 5'9", 5'10" in height, and I feel like I'm going very much a fatherly figure. And I've got quite big hands, and I place my hands on your shoulders, and I place these on your shoulders, and to say to you that, you know, the person that you were at the age of 60 is not the person that you are now. He also says to you that your life has unfolded in many different ways, and there is many times that people have told you, why are you doing what you are doing? You should be doing something different. And this has been a mixture of people who are non-spiritual and are also who are spiritual. But I need to say from this gentleman, and I don't feel I was a spiritualist, a believer, but I was a spiritual person. Now, for people who are new on the channel, I want to explain this, and this is where I'm going with this, Rachel, is that to me, and this is my belief, a spiritual person is kind, caring, loving, and understanding. And they give those things out to other people. And this man did that. But the bit that he couldn't do was to give that back to himself. It was almost like his self-worth wasn't there. And what I need to say to you, because I'm not looking at your answers, I'm looking at camera, it is to say to you that this is the bit that he couldn't do that you've mastered. That you're starting to see the worth, and you're starting to not only put out there what people, what you feel that people have always needed, but you're also taking a little bit back. And that's the bit that people find difficult. Now, I know that you do palmistry, and I know that, you know, unlike you, I don't know what the different lines and all of that mean. But I do know that your life has been very up and down. It has particularly been in the last 2 years, but it's brought you to where you are now, which is why your guide is coming in, because now is the time for change. And I do feel it will come in more on a healing area that guide is coming in for, as opposed to the palmistry and mediumistic skills. But again, you can say yes or no. I need to say to you, it's now time to start expanding those gifts and start going forward. And this gentleman is basically give you a kick at the bottom, because he wouldn't have been one to just to sit on the sidelines. He wouldn't have been a person just to sort of say, well, we'll do this next year, should we? He would just say, do it now, all right, and go for it. And he's firmly got your back. He's allowing you to go forward. But, okay, he's also asking forgiveness. And I don't know why he's asking for forgiveness. All right, I won't go into that, but I just want some forgiveness there as well for yourself. And if I can leave that with you, thank you for working with me.
Oh, lovely to hear from you, Rachel. And don't forget, guys, Rachel's on tomorrow night, 10:30. And it's pop on and get your palm out. Give her a little show your palm. And I believe it's cards as well, isn't it, Mr. P? Yep. She does cards as well, which is also fantastic. So, you know, it's worth a little snoop. And she's a lovely lady, very sort of happy and cheery. So it's worth a go on and have a look. There you go.
Well,
just a thank you to you. Oh, so that's really lovely. So, guys, it appears that we've run out of time, I'm afraid. It's been so lovely to be back, hasn't it?
Yeah, and to feel that energy. So lovely to be back and welcome in 2021.
Yeah.
Good old
And
SPT.
welcome all our newbies, anyone that's popped in for the first time. Hope you can join us again next Monday at 8 p.m. or indeed pop on many of the other shows that Spiritual Psychics TV have got on. If you go to if you click follow and you go on to their, what's the word? It's not their page, is it? I'm so used to Facebook, not YouTube. That's it. You go to their channel, go Spiritual Psychics TV channel. You can kind of have a snoop up and down and see what goes on, and it's worth having a look because there's lots and lots of different things go on. Yeah, please do that. Please check in, and thank you so much for joining us. Oh, Siobhan, nice to see you.
Thank you,
Right.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, thank you, Sean. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, Kelly.
For joining us. We really, really appreciate it.
Thank you, London.
And you guys take care of yourself, and we hope to see you next time.
See you next Monday.
Thanks a lot.
Take care, everyone.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Stay safe.